You're welcome back. It's still Punchline, and we are First News Nation. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well as YouTube at First News Nation. Enable notification on all these platforms to get latest updates on all our shows. This is my take, and it's about the 13% oil derivation fund that has been blown up by the River State Governor Nyesom Wike. 9 oil-producing states across Nigeria have received a total of 625.34 billion naira from the proceeds of 13% oil derivation, also from subsidy and Shore-P refunds. This has spanned the period of from 1999 to the year 2021. 13% of every profit made from oil taken from any of these states are given back to the states every month. Now, the arrears of what is owed this state was just paid, 625.43 billion naira, shared among 9 states. Not all in the same proportion, but 9 states shared this money. Nyesom Wike, governor of River State, blew the lid open when he disclosed that he's appreciating President Buhari for giving that money, and it's that money he used to do certain projects in his state. Now, other Niger Delta governors were asked, what are you doing with the money? Where is your own share of this 625.43 billion? Every state government is now jittery. They're wondering, why did Nyesom Wike say this? How do we explain this? Some governments are beginning to come out. Others are very quiet. 625 billion shared among 9 states. Now, these are the states I'm going to mention: Abia State, Akwa Ibom State, Bayelsa State, Delta State, Edo State, River State, Ondo State, Imo State, and Cross River State. So everyone is asking, Nyesom Wike has showed the projects that he used this money for, his own share, that's River State share of the money. What of Imo State? What of Abia State? What of Ondo State? What of Akwa Ibom State? What of Bayelsa State? What of Cross River State? What of Imo State? So all the other state governments are now quiet. And the federal government paid these backlogs, you know, when the federal government was owing them because they didn't pay the backlog of whenever they withdraw money from the excess crude account, they're supposed to take 13% and give it to this state. So they haven't paid them for a while. And this time around, they paid them that money. Now, Akwa Ibom State and Delta State has the highest share of this money. They are the richest states in Nigeria. Now, these states, these 9 states, this is not just the money they are going to receive. They still have a balance to receive of about 860.59 billion naira. So add 860 plus 625. I don't want to do it because I want to live long. The money will get me crazy. So imagine 9 states in Nigeria sharing this money. The question is, River State has shown you, well, this is what he said he did with the projects, and we'll go and investigate later and say, how much did he really spend? If you want to do that, be my guest. But the other states, what are they doing with the money? What have they done with the money? Their own share of the money. Let's look at states like Akwa Ibom. You probably will say, maybe they use part of that money to invest in Ibom Air. Maybe they use part of that money to build the infrastructure you've been seeing across the state. Maybe. So you could excuse that, yet, you know, excuse that. And still, among these states, you still have some of the highest poverty levels. Let's leave Akwa Ibom. Let's come to Delta. What has the money been used to do in Delta State? Now, the focus on Delta is especially because the governor of Delta State is the running mate to the PDP presidential candidate. So now people are going to ask him, Governor Kowa, they are asking, what have you done with the money? Why does Asaba look that way? What have you done for Warri, Uheli, Asaba, Sapele? What have you done for all these areas? Agbo, what have you done with the money? How has it helped the people? Now let's move to other states. I'm going to focus on certain states in the southeast of Nigeria. Abia State receives this money. Abia State receives this money. With the bad roads in Abia, with the poor infrastructure in Abia, Abia State also takes part of this money. What does Abia State government do with the money? Imo State, same thing. Bayelsa State, same thing. Cross River State, same thing. Ondo State, the same thing. For River State, they have also told you what they do with the money. Edo State. So this is spanning, it's not just about the governors of this set, this 2015 to 2023 set. No, It also talks about the governors of the previous set because they have also questions to answer. What have they done with the oil derivation money that was received? So this 625 can't be the entire money that was made from oil in the past years from 1999. No, it means that people are not asking questions to the former governors of all these states. Now the conversation will now arise. The monies that were generated and 13% extracted and paid to these 9 oil producing states, what has the money been used to do? Maybe in Akwa Ibom you could say yes, maybe Cross River a little bit. What of Bayelsa? What of Delta? What of Edo State? What of Imo State? What of Abia State? We're going to watch to see how that goes, but maybe this 13% will pass. Maybe to just, because for those of us who remember history, like I said, about what Governor Victor Atta of Akwa Ibom State in 1999 brought this idea of 13% to be paid to these oil producing states. And that's what makes them higher in terms of, monies allocated to them. They add 13% to what they receive in FAC and then they distribute it. So what has that money done in all these states, in the Southeast, in the Southwest, in the South-South? And that is also a lesson to the northern part of Nigeria, because they too will also be receiving 13% for oil being drilled in the north. Bauchi and Gombe states, maybe a few other states will also follow. That is also a lesson to them. What will they do with their part of the 13% of oil that is being drilled from Nigeria? I am Sammy Ajifo. We'll see you again. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And thanks to our production team for doing a yeoman's job. We'll see you again. Enjoy the rest of your week.